Morning, boys and girls. Happy Tuesday. Miss you all. I just wanted to thank you so much for uploading all of your work to Seesaw yesterday. Almost all of you did it, and it looked like it worked out well, so let me know if you have any feedback. But one of the things that I wanted to tell you along those lines is that we are going to start a star chart. So I'm going to bring the star chart home with me today. And we are going to earn stars based off of a few things. So one, it's going to be if you all turn your work in on Seesaw. So if you have an assignment that I say upload to Seesaw, and I see that the whole class participated and everyone put their work up, you're going to earn some stars. The second thing is if you do anything that was an optional challenge on your daily assignments, or if you do any of the STEM activities and send me a picture of them, or anything else creative that you just went out of your way and took the time to do, you're going to get stars for that too. So far, I have 2 stars on my charts. I'm not going to say the names of the kids who did this, but I'm going to just tell you what they did. So the first star for our class was earned for someone who did the shape creature from Friday's STEM activity and found all those recycled goods in their house and made a shape monster. And it was amazing. I was so excited when I got the picture, the only one that I got. So you definitely earned a star for our class. And the next star that I wanted to give out to was someone who took on the optional challenge for math last week when you had to create your own line plot, or sorry, it wasn't the line plot. You had to create your own picture graph. And instead of using the one out of the book, this person took on that optional challenge that I gave, and they drew out their entire picture graph and scale and created everything themselves on a brand new piece of paper. It was really detailed, and you can just tell how much extra work they put into it. So that is 2 stars earned so far. And the more stars that we earn, I think we can brainstorm on Thursday when we have our class community time circle over our Zoom meeting, some ideas that we can possibly come up with for earning those. So the second thing that I'm going to do is pick a person out of here, and I'm going to start doing this every day, that I'm going to compliment, and then feel free to email each other, and you can send each other compliments as well. So the person today, let's see who I'm going to choose. Giselle. So I actually got to talk with Giselle yesterday morning because I wasn't able to talk with her last week. And I'm just really proud of Giselle for, one, the hard work that she always does in class. Giselle always turns in work that's like her best effort. She always goes above and beyond, and she's always extremely creative. I also want to say thank you to Giselle for always putting a smile on all of our faces. You always come in the room excited to start the day. Always just ready to go. Never, never in a negative mood. You're always really positive, and that brightens the rest of us up. So thank you so much, Giselle. So now I'm going to read the next chapter because of Winn-Dixie. So we are on chapter 19. So here we go. In the morning, me and Winn-Dixie went down to sweep the pet store, and I took a litmus lozenge for Otis. Is it Halloween? Otis asked when I handed him the candy. No, I said. Why? Well, you're giving me candy. It's just a gift, I told him, for today. Oh, said Otis. He unwrapped the litmus lozenge and put it in his mouth, and after a minute, tears started rolling down his face. I think we all know why. Thank you, he said. Do you like it? I asked. He nodded his head. It tastes good, but it also tastes a little bit like being in jail. Gertrude squawked. She picked up the litmus lozenge wrapper in her beak and then dropped it and looked around. Gertrude, she screamed again. You can't have any, I told her. It's not for birds. And real quick, before I lost my nerve, I said, Otis, what were you in jail for? Are you a murderer? No, ma'am, he said. Are you a burglar? No, ma'am, said Otis again. He sucked on his candy and stared down at his pointy-toed boots. You don't have to tell me, I said. I was just wondering. I ain't a dangerous man, Otis said, if that's what you're thinking. I'm lonely, but I ain't dangerous. Okay, I said, and I went into the back room to get my broom. When I came back out, Otis was standing where I left him, still staring down at his feet. It was on account of the music, he said. What was? I asked. Why I went to jail. It was on account of the music. What happened? I wouldn't stop playing my guitar. Used to be I played it on the street, and sometimes people would give me money. I didn't do it for the money. I did it because the music is better if someone is listening to it. Anyway, the policeman came, and they told me to stop it. They said how I was breaking the law, and the whole time they were talking to me, I went right on playing my music. And that made them mad. They tried to put handcuffs on me. He sighed. I didn't like that. I wouldn't have been able to play my guitar with them things on. And then what happened? I asked him. I hit them, he whispered. You hit the police? Uh-huh, one of them. I knocked him out. Then I went to jail. And they locked me up and wouldn't let me have my guitar. And when they finally let me out, they made me promise I wouldn't ever play my guitar on the street again. He looked up at me real quick and then back down at his boots. And I don't. I only play it in here, for the animals. Gertrude, the human Gertrude, she owns this shop, and she gave me this job when she read about me in the paper, and she said it's all right for me to play music for the animals. You play your music for me and Winn-Dixie and Sweetie Pie, I said. Yeah, he agreed, but you ain't on the street. Thank you for telling me about it, Otis, I said. It's all right, he said. I don't mind. Sweetie Pie came in, and I gave her a litmus lozenge, and she spit it right out. She said that it tasted bad. She said that it tasted like not having a dog. I swept the floor real slow that day. I wanted to keep Otis company. I didn't want him to be lonely. Sometimes it seemed like everybody in the world was lonely. I thought about my mama. Thinking about her was the same as the hole you keep on filling with your tongue after you lose a tooth. Time after time, my mind kept going to that empty spot, a spot where I felt like she should be. So I think if we're learning anything in this book, it's that line right there that it says, sometimes it seemed like everybody in the world was lonely. And I think that's just showing us, not just Opal, but all of us, connecting to the bigger picture and connecting to the world, that everyone goes through things. Everyone goes through challenges every single day, whether they're big challenges or small challenges. And we all have things that happen in our lives that make us a little bit sad sometimes. And I think that we can find, or kind of, feel a little bit better and find some solace knowing that you're not going through things alone and that there's always someone there who wants to be that support system for you, just like Opal's becoming that support system for a lot of other characters in our novel. So that's kind of a good message for us to know right now. I know it's a really challenging time for us, but keep your head up. We're all going to get through it together. And, I think a lot of good things will come out of this. I think that you are learning how to connect with one another differently than you might have just been doing in the classroom, and looking out for one another and being really empathetic and putting your place in other people's shoes. So we're all in this together, just like Opal and all the characters in this book are in it together. Okay? So I miss you. I'm looking forward to seeing some of you at 10 o'clock this morning. If you have any questions or need some support on any of our classwork, you can get on that Zoom meeting. Excited to see how many stars we earned. Excited to get our new compliment tomorrow. Keep up the good work. Miss you all, and have a great rest of your Tuesday.